It is that time of the season, Winter Anime 2025 in a nutshell from Mr. Gigguk himself. Let's get it.
I'm busy, it's the new year, you're probably watching this on the toilet, so I'm not here to waste your time. It's Winter 2025 anime, and there are a load of new shows, and of course, all the anticipated sequels that are returning. So, what is worth watching? The highly acclaimed Apothecary Diaries is not coming back this season and doesn't have another 24 episodes that started airing from January 10th, 2025. Did you hear that, Mum? There is no more Apothecary Diaries.
It's for Mom. For those out of context, apparently Gigguk's mom got addicted to Apothecary Diaries so hard that when they went on vacation, Mom basically stayed inside a hotel and just grinded Apothecary Diaries and finished out the entire season in one night.
If you're watching, me and Dad love you and enjoy having you present in our lives. Solo Leveling is back.
Apothecary Diaries right now, it's unfortunate that not a lot of people are too hyped up about it. It's slow burn building up towards something huge, but I just don't see it be talked about it and, you know, cherished the way that it should be, because I think it's such an amazing show.
With Arise from the Shadow, no idea why it's called that this season. I haven't caught up to Dr. Stone in forever, and I'll be real, watching these trailers make me feel like that meme of skipping one single video game cutscene, because what on earth has this show turned into?
I got no clue because I've never even seen this anime. Isn't this in like its final season right now?
My Happy Marriage is continuing on to its second.
I heard this is an amazing show. I even in season 1, right? I don't know about the reaction performance on YouTube, but in terms of the actual anime, I heard it's like an amazing show.
Season, along with 100 girlfriends. Hopefully now there's less people shouting, "It should have been me, not him." These are probably the same people that still fantasize about having a threesome one day. Don't lie to yourself, guys. Have some self-awareness.
There is still that one person that's going around making threats and sending emails saying, please take down your 100 girlfriends content. There's this dude named Nen Master, and it's so funny because the Battle Shonen stereotypes are so true. And I thought that maybe the Hunter x Hunter audience would be a little bit better than the other Battle Shonen audience. And no, this does not mean Hunter x Hunter audiences are monkeys, far from it. But, you know, there's a typical, you know, stereotypical personality trait that comes with Battle Shonen Unga Bunga enjoyers. And there's this person that's basically just emailing people's business emails and schizo commenting onto other people saying 100 Girlfriends is the most immoral, fucked up show. You need to drop it. I cannot believe that you're making content about this show that talks about a dude getting 100 girlfriends. And the funniest thing is that they don't talk about gushing over magical girlfriends. They're only upset about 100 girlfriends. Not because of the fan service, but because they themselves cannot be Rentaro and get 100 girlfriends.
If I wanted to disappoint two people at the same time, I just talked to my parents. And of course, there's Bang Dream Ave Musica, a new series I binged recently and discovered that this was so much more than it looked like on the outside.
Soundtrack is fucking crazy. Ave Musica, bro, just typed it onto YouTube. Go listen to their songs. Insane. It's like this, like, I don't know if death metal is the right word. Probably not. But there's a lot of like heavy percussion, drums, guitar, vocals that's very like, it's not the major, it's the minor. No, not like that. I'm talking about music. You know, the major, the happy tunes, the minor, the sad tunes. It's got that edgy angst, hype music. I love it.
Amazing drama, well-written characters, and no joke, in my opinion, is one of the best shows airing right now. Because of this, there have been some troubling rumors spread around that I have become an Idol fan, and I would like to quell those immediately, because I can assure you, I am not an Idol fan. See, this is a band anime, which is totally different because the girls have instruments which they play in a completely different genre of music. This isn't an Idol show as much as Girls Band Cry or Bocce the Rock, and these are not Idol glow sticks I have. Living in Japan means you always have to be prepared for a natural disaster, so having a source of light if the power goes out is a necessity, and I am not waving these around.
We are massively coping right now. Basically, it would be Idol show, but because they're actually playing instruments, not Idol.
These are simply the morning stretches I do to take care of my body as part of my daily routine, and I do not know all the lyrics to Kill Kiss. That is simply a byproduct of...
Love this intro theme every time.
God,
whoa.
Damn it. See this?
Uh-oh. Ad segment incoming. Do I smell a NordVPN? What's going on? Is this going to be a VPN ad?
This is something I do everything in my power to avoid. You see, my livelihood depends on having a strong, stable internet connection no matter where I am in the world. As such, I'm happy to announce the sponsor of today's video, Saily. Saily is an eSIM service app which provides...
Y'all know what to do. Please go check out Gigguk's link. Here's Saley. Affiliate sponsor, baby. Go get it if you want to, if you need it, and help Gigguk out. What's happening here, actually?
Check out for an exclusive 15% discount. Woo! And with that said, what's going on in the winter season?
What's going on? Toilet?
Yeah?
Oh! Honey lemon soda! Honey lemon piss. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. It's true though. It's true though.
Yeah? Starting the season off with a nice guilt-free shoujo.
It shouldn't be that funny. It's just, you know, like poopy fart jokes, right? It's something so primitive about just, you know, just pee pee poo poo. Honey lemon soda. This anime, bro, the rom-com, I loved it. Episode 1, I think, was so great. This girl is not a damsel in distress, and she actually wants to change and be better and actually take steps forward. And this dude is so kind of mean, but also nice at the same time. And I enjoyed it a lot. But a lot of people fucking don't care. They don't care. It's too shoujo for them.
Romance with a quiet, shy girl falling for the bad boy. I know, you've heard this one before, but what makes this female protagonist stand out? What can she do to deserve the winning girl of the show? Well, let's see what she has to say.
Oh.
Blaze. Blaze. Blaze.
This is pretty much the textbook I can fix him storyline. It's got it all. The quiet girl that everyone picks on, the bad boy with a secret heart of gold, and so much in-your-face bullying you'd think this was a Korean webtoon. I mean, goddamn, she deliberately flunks her high school exam to a prestigious school so she can go to the same school as some hot guy she just...
That is crazy. She literally said, fuck it. I'm not gonna go to the target school and go to a shitty school instead because there's a hot guy there. But it's more to it than that, right? It's the fact that the people that she was going to school with, she did not vibe with that at all, and she basically got bullied. And this guy validates her existence in her own way of life. And she also realized that, oh, that school that he goes to is the one that I was also planning on maybe checking out too. And therefore she goes to him. But basically, she chose the hot guy over career.
Just met. That's not a bad life decision. That's just playing the long game. But of course, the guy out-bullies the bullies.
Do you still hear the clap in the background? It's not just me, right? He's still clapping.
That's not a bad life decision. That's just playing the long game. But of course, the guy out-bullies the bullies that bullied her. She opens up, gets more confidence in her day-to-day life. But it makes you think. Behind...
wait. Oh,
that bullied her. She...
Well, look at down here. Look at the basketball.
Opens up, gets more confidence in her day-to-day life. But it
Hula basketball. Right now.
Makes you think. Behind that shy, quiet exterior, I wonder what's really going on in that head of hers.
Jesus.
Go down! Go down! She down bad and she ain't getting back up! Last season...
For what it's worth, and I've only seen episode 1, but that main character girl, she definitely was different compared to all the damsel in distress that just gets saved by the hot guy. Because she actually wanted to change and she pushed herself forward. Rather than just being a pussy and crying and sobbing and having the hot guy save her, she actually did make step forward in episode 1 and actually, you know, made some efforts too. So I really did appreciate that. It's just, it seems like the art style, the story, the shoujo setting, just didn't vibe with a lot of people in my audience.
Anime did something I never saw coming. It slowed down on isekai.
What?
I know. Aside from the sequels, of which there was just a measly 5, we had just one.
That is crazy. We watched Appraiser, Spirit I actually love Spirit Chronicles. Arifurata, we're about to wrap that up. You got ReZero. I don't recognize what is top right, though. I don't think we checked that one out.
Just one new isekai come out, and I thought...
This one was... First arc was actually pretty good. The second arc with the Labyrinth Dungeon shit was so fucking boring but it made up for it with the finale, with him just basically having a little honeymoon.
Wow, is this the beginning of the end? Has it finally come time for the anime industry to explore new ideas outside from just random dude being transported to some fantasy world? And yes, now I can safely say anime has grown out of isekai and is doing original things.
Cap.
Except for the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another.
Bro, we have so many isekai we've been watching. The Red Ranger one, I feel like a lot of people have. A lot of people definitely checked out the first episode, right? Because holy shit, you got Power Ranger stuff going on in an isekai world. What an interesting combination. They all want to check it out. Afterwards, I think a lot of people are becoming a little bit bored with the story. To me, though, it's getting a lot more interesting, though, because he's like getting dark aura and becoming all edgy, despite, you know, being like the harbinger of friends and bonds and happiness and good vibes.
Another world. Now, to be fair, this is not some random dude. This is the Red Ranger. This can't be a power fantasy because he's meant to be powerful. We've not seen this before. Doesn't count. Same.
I love how every time he transforms, an explosion must happen with that pose, bro. And even like the Sentai theme that's playing in the background with his gadgets, that's also like voicing everything that he says, like, very good. It's just peak. I love it.
Same thing as the dad who gets reincarnated into a villainous fantasy world.
Hey.
This doesn't count. This is not uncle from another world. This is dad and another girl.
What? Villainous shows, right? Otome games, Otome villainous. This is basically another subgenre of isekai. I'm enjoying this a lot.
We've not seen this before. This is a genuinely funny and interesting twist on the villainous genre with a main character who is... finally! An actual older gentleman. This is peak dad. This is peak villainous protagonist. This is what your drunk uncle sees at the family wedding dance floor. Magic Maker has a dude that
Okay. Magic Maker's fucking crazy. This dude literally waited till he was 30. Because you know of that meme of like, if you wait till you're 30 and you're still a virgin, you're going to unlock magic powers. If you wait till you're 40 or 50, you became like a warlock. And if you become like 60 or 70, you become like an ancient, like a what's it called? I don't even know. Like an ancient demon lord or some shit. That's what this guy did. This guy literally waited till 30. And then he got isekai'd.
Genuinely thought if he remained a virgin by age 30, he would gain magic powers.
Crazy. That's pretty funny.
I haven't seen this before. So yes, he gets reincarnated to a fantasy world with a loving mother, father, and sister, but
the sister might be a little bit too loving.
Then he decides to invent the concept of magic, but is seemingly unable to do so, because he must be missing some kind of ingredient. Oh, the missing ingredient was incest!
Incest maker, baby. Now, we dropped this show after episode 2 or 3 because people just didn't really care about it too much. But how did the incest turn into? Is it wholesome incest or is it degenerate incest? Because there can be a very wholesome way of a sister, you know, loving her little bro and being friendly and a little bit overly cuddly, but you know, they can do a delicate balance. They could also heavily lean into it and not be wholesome, but it's the wholesome? Okay.
Look, that's definitely a new idea we've not seen before. We're truly innovating now when anime is introducing us to incest-based power systems.
My one-hit kill sister. And that's the MILF one, right? Bro got summoned to another world with his mom. Oh my god.
Salaryman in another.
This one was pretty decent. Unfortunately, we dropped it. I think that the premise of Salaryman basically saving the Demon Lord's, you know, faction through capitalism is not relatable to a lot of the younger audiences that may watch isekai. I liked it, but it's gotten stale for a lot of people. I love the art though. The character art designs for Omandra, Genome, Sylphid, like everyone else, it looked pretty. It was a decent show.
The world? You can't tell me you've seen this before. He's here as the head honcho of the Demon Lord's army. Oh, you've seen this guy before? Who do you think that is? Ainz Al Ghul? No. This is Ainz A Goon. The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. This guy.
Hold up a minute. Didn't we just see this guy in the last anime that Gigguk just showed us? This face is the default face for the 30-year-old-ish middle-aged man isekai MCs now. You know how basically every isekai MC has that cutout face of Kirito the Black Swordsman? They all just look the same. Well, guess what? We got this. This is the 30-year-old Kirito face exactly.
is in a fantasy world, but he has the power of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
We've only seen this once before. Just once. Plus, this...
I love this one though. It's also one of the most poorly produced anime of this season. If you actually watch this anime, you know what I'm talking about. The animation is not animating, bro. It is absolute doggy doo-doo. Like 5 to 6 out of 10 in terms of production value alone. Soundtrack is pretty decent. Voice acting obviously decent. But the story? This dude just goes around just fucking girls left, right, and center, and he's so nonchalant about it. Every episode, I'm keeping count of how many girls has he fucked. And that's not the only part of it, but this story is so unique. It's a very... I just love the storytelling. Nothing crazy is happening. We're basically just like, you know, setting up shop. Figuring out that the local bandits have kidnapped people and we're going out to save them. But the world building is so decent, and the way that they tell the story is so fun that I just love watching it despite the animation being so doo-doo.
Plus, this man fucks. He literally fucks. My man isn't just out here clapping monsters, he's clapping some cheeks.
Yep. Hey, it's the clapping. Let me move my face. It's the clapping from Honey Lemon Soda.
We got another dude transported to a fantasy world, okay?
Okay, but this one is Spirit Chronicles, bro. This is literally Haruto from Spirit Chronicles. He has the same fucking jacket.
Looking bad, but he gets the alchemy class, which is meant to be super weak, but is actually secretly strong.
Hey, this one's literally airing right now. Yeah, I got a shitty skill, but it's actually OP, and now I'm gonna flex on them hoes. I love that, though. I love that formula.
Except the thing we haven't seen before is...
ethical slavery.
You know what? Maybe Isekai really didn't go anywhere. Maybe we do need some originality in anime, which is why I'm so glad we have anime original.
Oh wait, before we go to Zenshu, the greatest alchemist of all time. It's also pretty decent. It's a very slow burn show. It's got one of the most ethically wholesome slavery system, which is basically a servant system. Like what's the same thing? Basically, rather than being a slave for life, like if you're a criminal, you know, you get into the slavery program and then you have to like pay off your debt and reform and stuff like that. If you're like, you know, if you are in debt, then you can enter the program to repay debt. It's got a pretty interesting system. There is also an interesting thing happening with the reincarnations because he's got someone with like a group of people, but he's like set 1 year back to the rest of the people. So there's constant back and forth of what's happening in the future and the past, which is pretty interesting to kind of guess what the story's going to go. He's like making toilets and refrigerators, and it's like the world here is just shocked because obviously modern stuff like that is, you know, not so modern in this world. And overall, it's a pretty enjoyable show to watch. Like nothing crazy, just sit back, chill, slow burn. It's fun to watch.
In anime, which is why I'm so glad we have anime original shows being made like...
Yeah, copyright claim incoming. Straight up. I don't even want to go through the Zenshu part. Because there's a good chance that... well, if that gets claimed, then I can simply just cut that segment out. Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. I'll let this play. Basically, there's anything that you're doing with Zenshu, they're going to copyright block it. What you can do, obviously, then is just... they might block the entire fucking video and be annoying like that. I'm just going to skip it. Basically, Zenshu, it's unfortunate what happened to it. I got a pretty decent opinion about why Zenshu, no one really cares about it, despite it being a mappa anime. Zenshu, in the beginning, had a lot of hype building up because people were like, is this going to be like Shirowako? Is this going to be like production value, the anime? But it wasn't. And in fact, it was actually isekai. And a lot of people were pretty hyped that it was going to be isekai. But this isekai is different from all the other shitty isekais that we've been just laughing at so far. It doesn't have all those checkbox templates of, oh, OP, you know, a weak dude looked down upon, gets OP skills and starts flexing on others. It's not really like that, right? The story itself is unfamiliar to the isekai slop audience. The female lead is a very unrelatable, perhaps even unlikable character. The story is very repetitive in the way that we're just basically doing, oh, wave 1, clear this, and wait till wave 2, and so on and so on. Even though the production value is amazing, and it does feel like a love letter in terms of like production value skills. Like for example, there's like an episode dedicated towards the Itano circus, and Itano himself came out and, you know, basically looked over it, right? For sure, it looks great, but the story is so lacking that people just don't give a fuck. It just does not resonate. It's also an original anime, exactly. Doesn't have an existing fandom to help it out, and Zenshu just flopped, man.
Sakamoto Days. Out of the new anime IPs out this winter, this is by far the one with the most eyes on it. Because of course, it's yet another big Shonen Jump adaptation, giving us an action comedy following the daily life of a legendary retired assassin turned family man. John Thick. He can kill you like this, or this,
John Thick.
or this.
Hold up.
Or
That's the
even
same
this.
Or this.
The only person he can't overcome? His wife. The woman that found
Why does the wife look like Kobani so much?
an assassin, knew he was an assassin, and married him anyway. She said, I can fix him, and she did. Kids, this is what we call generational talent. On the Shonen Jump spectrum of shows, this seems more into the spy family side of things, marrying wacky family drama with high-octane action. Before watching, I saw a lot of people complaining about the animation, so I was expecting some kind of Blue Lock level of fumble. But what I watched...
No, it's not Blue Lock level of fumble. But again, leading up till episode 5, I think everything was really good. The hate was overblown. It made no sense. It's not even close to fucking frame lock, bro. Sakamoto Days was genuinely great. And then episode 5 happened, where the fight was so lackluster. Now I can get on board. It's still not Blue Lock caliber at all. It's just the episode 5, I think, was quite a letdown, specifically for Sakamoto versus Boiled fight.
was a solid adaptation. Not fantastic, not bad, not even mid, just solid. Which
A step above good. But that's the thing. Sakamoto Days is not bad. And that's why it's bad. What do I mean by that? People were expecting peak, right? The manga has won so many awards. Author of JJK, who is known for crazy fight choreography, has gone out to glaze Sakamoto Days, saying this is amazing. You think that there would be a level of expectation, some sort of standard placed on the anime, right? But it just delivered it under-delivered in the impossible expectations created by the fans, right?
just shows that in this modern day of spectacle that has given us the likes of Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dandadan for high-profile adaptations, Solid just might not cut it anymore.
Exactly. Solid doesn't just cut it. I was hoping that Sakamoto's Days would be that Dandadan effect. A very broad appealing anime that anyone can watch. And since it's season 1, anyone can get on board. Huge hype, huge momentum, but it didn't even get close to that Dandadan hype.
As an anime only though, I'm still enjoying myself immensely. This probably won't take over the anime community like manga readers had hoped, but it's still a fun ride. And I'm always down for more Shonen Jump titles with an older protagonist, showing that even older men can kick ass and take names. Look, if Sakamoto could do it, at least I got something to look forward to at my age. What is he, 50? 60?
Bro's like 25, 26, 27.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
How old is Gigguk now? 34. Garnt Manitapo. I probably butchered his name, but there's his birthday, May 31st.
Okay, all jokes aside, I gotta...
Jesus Christ. That face. That face, bro. Hold up, is he still playing Zenshu? No, we're not gonna continue Zenshu. I'm gonna get copyright blocked. Zenshu's gonna fuck me up, bro, if we continue that.
Still got you covered. We've got a story set in July of the year 2020 with some mysterious disease spreading around the world, cancelling all public events and gatherings.
Have you guys seen this? The premise of this sounds really good.
Yes, that really is the setting. Perfect for a hot, steamy reverse harem anime where people are definitely not social distancing. They went all out with this one.
Well, I was pretty locked into the premise until it's just reverse harem.
Even with the theme song, have a listen to this. Here comes another
Bona!
romance anime with a shy guy and an extroverted girl. I wonder what her gimmick's gonna be this time.
Just flashing her panties.
Yeah, the premise of this one is essentially some blonde, energetic anime girl trying to charm the stoic, calm guy in class who's not having any of it because he's walking down the path of enlightenment and training to become a monk.
Bro is literally not trying to lose No Nut November, right? That's his entire goal. Trying to be like the head of a new religion stuff at his temple. Bitches are a distraction. This anime, first episode, I think a lot of people were talking about it because Mono is wilding out. The level of fan service in the first episode was unreal. But it's kind of boring, you know? Like the next couple episodes, nothing really crazy happens and it's just run-of-the-mill, just fan service rom-com. Had to eventually drop it because the interest died down. I did want to see what's going to happen with the potential love triangle if it was ever going to be made, even though we got baited a couple times of, you know, that third girl showing up. But overall, it was enjoyable for what it was.
Become a monk. Shut up. We have the least obvious sponsored anime definitely not paid for by the Okinawa prefecture, where an oblivious Tokyo boy moves to Okinawa and falls for a girl but can't understand her wacky Okinawan dialect. Okay. Clearly a concept like this would only work in a country like Japan. I can't imagine this working in somewhere like the UK where we all speak English and we understand each other perfectly.
I was wondering if you could teach me some local phrases.
Well, it's very hard to bring them to mind. This is the thing. It's all right when your eyes are not going and happy eyes.
Huh? Was that English?
Ooh, another office anime romance.
I hear this one's actually good. I haven't personally checked it out. I have a crush at work I hear is actually really good.
This one seems cute though. Two co-workers who are secretly into each other trying to avoid the judging eyes of other co-workers who are just trying to guess who in the office is fucking. So the real question is, how saucy are we feeling in this romance anime? Maybe we'll get some hand-holding, or if they're feeling really spicy, maybe even first names. Maybe even they'll...
Ohio, Yui.
Good. The hand-holding, indirect kiss, first name basis. Bro, that's a middle school, high school bullshit. If you're gonna have office setting adult rom-com, I better have an MC who's not a pussy and nonchalantly just fucks. Like the dude for Kenichi from Mail Order Isekai. The dude fucked the cat girl 3 times.
No fucking way.
I'd like to speak to your manager. I'd like
Hey, guild receptionist.
to speak to your mother.
You know, if all that isekai on display earlier just wasn't enough fantasy for you just yet, then... what is wrong with you? I may be a guild...
That's a very good question. What the fuck is wrong with her? Takahashi Rie, voice acting, I think hard carries this show. It's a fun show, but I think the voice acting, it is just a highlight reel. It's so expressive because this character, Arina, she is not a dainty, quiet girl like Amelia from ReZero. This girl is constantly fucking overworked and stressed and pops the fuck off, resulting in a lot of moments where she's sassy and she's yelling. And again, voice acting highlight reel. The story itself, it's getting a lot more deeper. I thought that it would just be a fan service slice of life episodes, but it's getting more serious. It's pretty interesting.
Receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Let's be real, you're gonna be...
Hey, do you hear that? Megumin soundtrack in the background. Explosion.
wrong with
No, it's the introduction scene.
you. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Let's be real, you're gonna be watching this one for Takahashi Rie, or this out of nowhere beautifully animated opening. We got 2 more
I would say that the ending is better than the opening. That's crazy because the ending visuals are just chibi bullshit and it's just meme fun. But the song is so fucking catchy. But the opening visuals, it did go crazy.
We got 2 more shows where some dude gets a class he thinks is weak but is actually strong. There's a new dungeon.
I love how he just combined these two together. Nutmaster and Appraiser is so fucking mid. And I agree. That bro just combined these two in one section for like 3 seconds and fucked off. Nutmaster, I think, this anime, bro, catfished us so hard. Because the opening, dude, the opening visuals got me so hyped up. So much movement. The art was amazing. The song is great. The character art, I still believe that the character art of this show is fantastic. Ida liking pizza, very funny to me. But the animation is so bad. Is it mail order isekai bad? I don't know, but I feel like mail order isekai, the middle-aged online shopper in another world, at the very least, that story I fucked with a lot more. This one, it just, I don't know, it just really dropped the ball. Appraiser, We're still watching it. For whatever reason, this is well produced. This might be one of the better, fantasy dungeon, these kind of power fantasy animes airing right now in terms of just pure production value. The story itself is just bro just going around collecting a bunch of harems and storing in his eyes. The main character is such a pacifist, nice guy. I'm just still just watching it because it's interesting enough. There's hot elves around. What could I ask for more?
There's a new
I do like A rank party. I think I like it a lot though.
dungeon anime with an A ranker surrounded by 3 conveniently color-coded girls.
Mushoku
Why
Tensei.
does this dynamic seem awfully reminiscent? Well,
Yeah.
no, this is totally different because here he's a teacher helping to bring out all of the girls' abilities while adventuring. He's teaching red hair how to fully utilize her red powers, blue hair how to use blue power, and then there's white hair.
Careful. Red power, blue power, and then what next?
Powers, blue hair how to use blue power, and then there's white hair.
Hey, no, stop. Just calm down.
Chill.
Don't do it.
I'm getting married.
A rank party I think is pretty solid. It's also really well produced. Bandai Namco's doing it. It's 2 cores too. It's I love the aspect about the live streaming part, right? It's unique because live streaming is like they're basically just watching everyone else's dungeon raids at a bar, and they got TV screens on, and it's basically Twitch stream is there, and everyone's watching it, and you get to see the other people be jealous and angry and malding because we basically got treated really shitty by those people, and we left to create our own party, and now they're malding because their party sucks and our party's doing well, and it's just really hype to get that live streaming element to it. It's just solid. I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, this anime, this rom-com is also pretty solid.
With a girl who I hate. A wacky
Wait, this is also 24 episodes? No, this is 12 episodes, right?
rom-com where an unwilling couple are forced into a marriage by their grandparents, despite the fact they despise each other, bicker about everything, and constantly find issues with one another. So, just like your average marriage then.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, this is just Nisekoi in 2025, except the grandparents are even more deranged. There's
The grandpa lays pipe. This dude is so hung, and this grandma, bro, she loves it.
generational trauma, and then there's regretting not getting with your high school sweetheart, only reuniting when you're past retirement, so you hatch a plan to live vicariously through your grandchildren by telling them to either get married or lose their multi-million-dollar inheritance to a dog. What could go wrong?
お前たちはどのような人生を選ぶ愚者の道か賢者の道か
I choose
Or
Shisei.
How about option 3? I'm gonna need a palate cleanser after that. Oh, hey, cute anime.
I'm getting married to the girl I hate the most. I thought that this anime would be molding reactions. There's a show called The Dreaming Boys Are Realist. A lot of people love those reactions from me. I don't know why, because I thought that anime was so mid. But basically, I was really mad at Natsukawa, the main girl. And molding reactions do really well. I thought that this anime would be also that kind of case too, with Akane just being a tsundere bitch and, you know, just being so unreasonable and lashing out at the guy and so on. But it's not really like that anymore. It's actually becoming a lot more sweet. And this girl actually is pretty sweet. She obviously gets angry, and there's a classic Sun appeal there a lot, but she's actually like an angelic, pure girl who just has a tough time communicating. And even if the story is not that interesting, the side characters are so peak. Himari, Shisei specifically. She dominates the scenes. The most recent episode was fucking amazing. The episode where we went over to Shisei's place and Shisei's mom was beefing with this girl, a grown-ass woman, basically just telling this high school girl that you're a fucking loser. But the soundtrack of the show is also great too. It's a very lightweight show that I think does a good job. It knows what it is. It does well. It's probably going to get like a 7.5 out of 10 for me at this rate. I think this is a solid show.
How about option 3? What's this? I'm gonna need a palate cleanser after that. Oh, hey, cute anime girls. What's this one gonna be like? Jeez! What is going on?
Classic Studio Gohans. They don't ask why. Sorry, so what am I trying to say right now? they have a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent and crazy animation skills in that studio. I acknowledge that. Everyone knows Studio Gohan for their crazy camera angles, right? It honestly just gives you a headache sometimes because they overdo it. Or their ridiculous detailed, hair strands. But sometimes I feel like they don't really think about when to use those animation techniques. They just say, fuck it. Run it down mid every time. ADHD, just peak brain rot, just throw everything at once. Don't worry about any semblance of, harmony or tempo or just fuck it. Just throw everything at the board. And that's how I feel about this anime in that studio. They be animating really well, but maybe a little bit too well to the point where it's bad now.
Gohan's is back with some more of their unique animation aesthetic. You can say what you want about Studio Gohan's, but they put a lot of love into their craft, truly giving us a visually stylistic anime that blends emotional depth with action-packed
Gigguk has just shown Erine the entire time, just jiggling.
storytelling all into one beautiful.
This episode, though, was actually peak. I think this is episode 2 or 3. This one was absolutely insane. The voice acting from Erine, the way that they buttered us up thinking it's not a cute show. It's a post-apocalyptic world, but they have a lot of, slice of life moments and wholesome moments in here and there, and cooking, yay, having fun. We're friends, right? And bro, the way that voice acting was done and how she was like, oh, you betrayed me. You're not going to save me anymore. I can't believe you did this. And she's breaking down the facial reactions, everything crazy. And then the subversion of expectations at the end, right? And we got that character death, like fucking insane.
Full package. And after watching the first episode, I'm gonna lie, this was awesome. On the exact opposite side of subtlety, Studio Bind is back adapting a work from the creator of Hibike Euphonium. This
Studio Bind is known for just doing Mushoku Tensei, right? When I look at this art style, it's Mushoku Tensei Studio, right? Right? I haven't checked this one out, but the art style, the drawing of it, it reminds me of MT.
Euphonium. This one's a niche one, exploring the relationship of two girls that seem to be about as straight as your average Hoyoverse friendship, as they enter the unique world of spoken poetry.
Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
The subject matter will ensure that this will not be one of the most watched shows this season, but it doesn't give a damn. It's atmospheric, it's beautiful, and it looks like a lot of the team that worked on season 1 of Mushoku Tensei are pouring that same passion into this one. There's a new anime from Yoastar, but it is not adapting one of their gacha games. In fact, it starts off with the protagonist quitting gacha games because her favorite game is being taken off live service. No. So, in an attempt to fill up her newly acquired free time, she goes outside and touches grass and becomes active and finds a new hobby and is able to make new friends.
It's that scene again.
Free time, she goes outside and touches grass.
Ulan basketball.
And becomes active.
that one, it just shows up every time. It's Joey's face, right?
Finds a new hobby and is able to make new friends and generally discovers a healthier lifestyle. And Yoastar, are you trying to tell me something here? There's House MD, adorable.
Yoastar's gacha animes have been fantastic. I've seen Blue Archive was also done by them, right? I'm not sure actually, but the Arknet's anime was solid.
For fun-sized anime girl edition. That's it. That's literally the show. If you've had trouble falling asleep thanks to a night.
That it? Yeah, I heard that's basically House the anime.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, let me introduce you to A Wet Dream on Elf Street. Yes, this is the true power fantasy show of the season. A man who can isekai himself by falling asleep every single night wakes up one day to find out the literal elf girl of his dreams has followed him into the real world. This is a wholesome, feel-good show.
I love it. I thought that this is gonna be like Japan tourism advertisement. I thought that we're just gonna be hanging around with Miss Elf and going around to different places in Japan and feeding her food and she's gonna gush. But it's actually way more than that. I'm surprised at how much time investment we're spending in the isekai world, and there's like a separate plot going on there too.
See, free run fans, just because there's an elf character doesn't mean we need to add any culture to it. We can all be sick.
Booba.
Okay, let me just be that guy for a second.
Okay.
I've read the manga of this.
Medalist Peak. This anime, bro, so fucking good. But it's so unfortunate that my monkey audience does not care about Medalist at all. One of the best looking and one of the best, maybe even storytelling animes I've seen this season, just off of the 2 episodes. And no one cares about it for my audience. I'm not that surprised though. You reap what you sow.
And it's bloody fantastic. I realize that many of you are going to see sports anime and figure skating and just immediately check out, but this one,
That's what most people did. Yup. The way that this anime is able to handle the like the storytelling of competitive athletics and how much sacrifice there needs to be done to achieve greatness, and how even if you try all your hardest, you may get nothing out of it, but are you still going to do it? I love that kind of stories. It's a very relatable thing to me, but I guess a lot of anime enjoyers don't give a fuck about this kind of stories, so it is what it is.
best new manga of its release year for a reason. Peak writing, peak drama, and one of the biggest things that stood out for me was its fantastic portrayal of children. Wait, hold on. I know what that sentence normally means in anime, but just let me finish. Anime has a certain way of representing children that always seems just a little bit off. Either they're treated as some squishy mascot character, or they talk like some middle-aged adults, or they're just a fucking minion. Medalist treats them with the same level of respect in writing as they do its adult characters. A respect that perhaps we can forget to do in real life, while still acknowledging that yes, they are kids. They're innocent. They can be cute, but they can struggle with real insecurities we can easily miss. They can be way more capable than we give them credit for, but most importantly, they can surprise you in the most wonderful ways if you just give them that guidance to point them in the right direction. This is not just a story about ice skating. This is a real human drama.
That's right. The ice skating is not the most important thing about this anime. It's simply the vessel that the author chose to deliver that story, you know? Like, sorry, it's like the vehicle, right? Like the vehicle right now, ice skating could basically be like a bus, but it doesn't need to be a bus. It could be a truck. It could be a car. It could be a motorcycle. You know what I mean? Figure skating is simply one medium that they chose to do it, but it's more of like the competitive aspect, what it takes to be great, and what it takes to, you know, actually get there despite putting all your work in. And if you don't even make it, are you going to be okay with that? Those kind of things.
Drama on what it means to be that role model that some of you may or may not have had, the effects it could have, and the euphoric happiness when you see the younger generation you care about achieve a joy you'd forgotten how to feel. Without dramatic twists, without melodrama, just real human struggles, and an important reminder that sometimes we can learn as much from our kids as they do from us.
Well put.
The only thing to be wary about is Studio Engi don't exactly have the best track.
Yeah, that's why I also didn't check it out early on. Because I heard that Studio Engi has a terrible track record of just botching animes. But this one, it just seems like they're doing a really great job.
Record for top tier adaptations. But even if they are able to portray just a fraction of the emotions contained in the manga, this is going to be one of the best shows this season. Okay, everyone ready up? And action.
Bineko! Bineko made it onto the list! Yo, show Arnold. Show Anna-chan's booty.
Dave, your line was, "You have no chance of defeating me." Man gets reborn as a small adorable animal and gets adopted by a sexy anime girl. Wow.
The fan service in this show, I never imagined the way that it would go. It truly shocked me. Maybe in a good way. Also, the girls, bro, they want to diddle the cat. You heard me right. This is bestiality, the anime.
I haven't seen a concept like this since...
Inukai-san's dog, Inukai-san's cat.
But no, this is different. This is different. This time it's a cat, and the cat is actually a behemoth, so this is really closer to your action power fantasies. He can power up by eating, he's got special abilities, he locks in during battles, he's got that dog in him.
Oh,
Look,
boy.
his owner just sees him as a pet.
No! The owner does not see him as a pet. The owner can't wait for the kitty to grow up so that one day it can overpower her. When it's in heat and maybe even mount. Oh god.
A pet. That's it. This is not Inukai's cat.
Oh,
there is
man.
nothing sus about this. Anime
It's more sus than Inukai-san's dog.
they would never make another show about thirsting over anime.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I guess there's only one thing I can do. Hey guys, hope
Oh, I just saw that for a second. Hold on. Shane Dawson mentioned there's like the whole lore about Shane Dawson the cat, right? And that's pretty much it. I think that the most standout anime to me, if we're ignoring all of the existing, sequels, right? It's probably Medalist right now. Medalist is unreal great. If you want a great, a story-driven, tale about, just like the reality of competition, having like role models, inspiration, motivation, never giving up and stuff like that, I think Medalist is right up your alley. Other animes that I'm really enjoying right now, unironically, is this one. It's just your typical isekai trash slop, and the animation itself is actually trash slop. But the storytelling is so unique that I'm really into it. I'm willing to just ignore all the shitty animation because of the way that this main character, Kenichi, is such a Giga Chad. He's not this beta cuck loser who just simply goes, oh my god, panties at the sight of a girl. Nah, bro lays down pipe. He doesn't even mention it. He moves on with his life. He breaks hearts that he didn't even know was, had girls like thirsting over for him. It's just so fun to watch. What's some other ones? Villainous Oji-san also, this villainous anime, I think is really stunningly good looking. Takeuchi is the guy that's directing this anime, and it's fantastic. What other ones really stand out to me right now? We're just talking about brand new ones. Sakamoto Days is just like hype. Yeah, it's just hype. This is Zenchu stuff. A-Rank Party also, I enjoy the way that they're handling the story of, guy he doesn't get kicked. He got like fired. He left the party, and then basically the party that did him dirty is now, just molding as he continues to peak, and it's fun to kind of like watch that. And even this rom-com is actually really fun. This rom-com is actually really fun, lighthearted, fun, and that's pretty much it. Please go check out Gigguk's video. Here is the link. Boom, 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 boom. Go give it a like. Help Gigguk reach 4 million subscribers. I'll see you next time.